right, now I know I'm like the millionth person to talk about, oh, rude customers. It's not a new topic. Everyone's talked about it, but I want to give my insight. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've had a lot of experience. I've had 5 jobs in the last 3.5 years. So I know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about rude customers, this and that. Experience, I got it. I'm your guy. Now work, there's highs, there's lows. You're gonna have some cool coworkers, you're gonna have some bad coworkers. Essentially, there's good and bad, and there's an in-between where you're kind of like, it's not so bad. Sometimes you're gonna want to reset your character, but essentially you get paid, so you have to shut the fuck up. You'll be stressing for 2 weeks. You're stressing like, oh, these fucking customers, oh, it fucking work. As soon as that paycheck comes in, boom, you're Bill Gates spending. You go to the club. You feel like a new man. You feel like a new man when that paycheck comes in. No matter how much you get paid or how many benefits you get, rude customers will always be a pain in the ass. And that's what I'm gonna talk about today. Rude customers and how they just get in your head. They get in your head. You can have so much shit thrown at you all day at work, but a rude customer is just a different level, a different vibe, a different like. Now look, there's 4 tiers of rude customers. I want to break them down for you. All right, right now, let's get started. Boom. All right, so the first tier is gonna be your unhappy Joe. It's not gonna be like anything crazy, but they'll be a little rude. They'll be a little like, they're not gonna be the most polite, but they're not gonna be the worst of the worst. They're not gonna ruin your day, but you'll definitely remember them next time. You know what I'm saying? The unhappy Joe is more of one of those you kind of just, that guy was rude. That's it. Simple as that. That's tier 1. That's tier 1. Someone having a bad day, you know, and I get it. Sometimes you have a bad day. Sometimes you want to let off a little steam. Now, tier 2. Tier 2, I like to call the cum guzzlers because they do guzzle some cum. They do. The guzzlers of the semen, if you will. Maybe they had a few bad days in a row. Maybe they're having a bad week, or maybe they're just pieces of shit. It happens. You meet some of those people. You work with some of those people too. It's not you. Right now, I don't work with any pieces of shit, but I have in the past, and that shit is annoying. But dealing with them as a customer, completely different. Now, let me give you an example, right? There was this lady with a lamp, or a lantern. Oh, lantern. So basically she comes in, she wants it fixed, right? And I work at a place that can fix that. So she brings it in, boom. I can't really get it open. She can't get it open. My coworker can't get it open. So we call someone that, you know, to bring something to the front, boom, get it open, try to deal with it, right? So I talk on the little radio, right? And I'm like, hey, can someone please come to the front and fix this lady's lamp or something, whatever? And she goes, lantern? Like, bitch, how would that? Okay, of course, I should have known it was a fucking lantern, but it gives you no excuse to be fucking rude as shit. And it wasn't even like a big level of rude. It was more like passive aggressive. And those are the tier 2s. They'll be a little more passive aggressive. They'll say little things to get in your head. Play with your head, play with your brain, your scalp, everything. They don't want to ruin your day, but they'll ruin your mood a little bit for like a few minutes. And it'll throw you off, but you learn to brush them off. They're still a pain in the ass, but you learn to brush them off a little bit, you know? And it's like, what the fuck? Like, okay, I didn't know what it was called, but what's the big deal? I called it a lamp. It's a lantern. Okay, I get it. Move on. We fixed her problem. Lady was still a bitch. Fuck her. And then sometimes the tier 2s, they'll be the ones who are like, can you check in the back, please? Can you check in the back? We receive things in the back. That's what she said, /pause, right? But we receive things in the back, boom. Like the back isn't some magical place where we find anything you need, right? Like the batteries you're looking for. A loyal husband, you fucking slut. Cum guzzler. That's why I call them the cum guzzlers, because they can guzzle some cum. Tier 2s are a pain in the ass, but you eventually get over them. It's not really a mood killer. It's more of like, it'll throw you off and you're like, I don't like that bitch. I don't like that person. Stay away. That's negative energy. That's not for me. That is not for me. Now, tier 3. This is where it gets a little more dicey. I knew you were listening. Tier 3s. This is where it gets juicy. This is where it gets nice and grimy, right? This is what you wanted. This is what you as the viewer wanted. You wanted the meaty stuff, the juicy stuff, the succulent, right? This is where I kind of refer to these tier 3s as the ones who probably found out that their daughter's dating a black guy, or their daughter's a stripper or something. I don't know. It's usually the older people that are, you know, dude, old people suck. I'm gonna be honest with you, old people fucking suck sometimes. Anyway, this is where it starts to amp up. There was just one customer. Okay, he came in with a rain jacket, right? No, he bought a rain jacket. Boom, dips. A few days later, comes and returns it, says it's ripped. Oh, the water got all on me, blah, blah, blah. Come on, like, how are you still in business even when you sell stuff like this, blah, 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 I don't fucking know. Essentially, the customer bought a rain jacket, used it, returned it, got pissed off at us because it was defective or some shit. It was never defective. We tested it and it worked perfectly. It worked fucking perfectly. And this rain jacket suit thing was like 200 something. He fleeced us. And you know what? He fleeced me. I'm gonna be honest. I was the one who returned it, and I was like feeling bad for the guy because he didn't really speak that well of English. And sometimes I feel bad for, you know, foreigners. But fuck that guy. He was a little bitch. And the worst part is that this motherfucker had the audacity to fleece me in the store, really just me, but absolutely hornswoggles me and comes in and decides to be rude. I don't really appreciate that. If you're gonna be like sneaky like that and slimy like that, yo, fucking at least be polite, right? This motherfucker, this shit doesn't fucking work. Blah, blah, blah. But I guess he really, honestly, if you think about it now, he sold the act and he sold me on the fact that it was defective, when in reality it was completely fine and it really worked perfectly. But he wanted his money back. It was $250. It was like $250 for that shit. And he got his money back. He got his way. The tier 3s are pretty unreasonable. They expect shit to be perfect. They want you to respond to them like you're their servant or something. And that's not how life works, buddy. That's not how life works, okay? Have you ever worked a minimum wage job? It's tough. It's tough because of the shitty customers, all right? The pay, not that great, but when you get that paycheck, feel like a new man, like I said before in the video. Now, tier 3s are where it starts to get a little more aggressive. They start to push you a little more. They're a little more antsy. They're a little more, how do you say, pieces of shit, right? They're pieces of shit sometimes. Sometimes, no, fucking all the time. You know what I mean? But they'll kind of push you and push your buttons. There's different types too. It's not just, it's all about the tactics with them. It's all about the tactics, because it's not just about, oh, being rude straight up. Sometimes a little undercut, little bah, you know what I'm saying? Little jab. They'll mess with your brain so fucking much, and it'll ruin your mental health. The tier 3s are the ones that will really ruin your day. Tier 1, that's kind of shitty. Tier 2, okay, kind of killed the vibe, but you can recover from it, right? Tier 3, okay, they can ruin your day. They can really ruin your day. But all in all, this one, it's whatever. The tier 4 is what you really want, and I'm gonna give it to you right now. Pause on that. But I'm tier 4. You ready for tier 4? Now, tier 4, we all know him as Karen, Kevin's, Michelle Obama. I'm still not over the fact that Michelle Obama completely fucked our lunch up, right? We used to have the fucking goods. We used to eat good like it was a fucking black people's barbecue. That sounds fucked up. No. But then she wanted to be all, oh, we have to be healthy.
Where's my salad? I forgot to order salad. Oh my god, I'm stupid.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Now, what you came here for, what you clicked on the video for, the tier 4 rude customer, the Karen, the Kraken, the holy of bitches. They complain about everything. Everything has to be a fucking complaint. They're like, oh, well, why is this so expensive? Oh, back in my day, cigarettes only cost fucking 50 cents. Shut the fuck up. We're not living in the fucking 1900s, all right? This is the new era. Does it ever bother any of you when someone's like, oh, well, cigarettes used to cost like 5 fucking shekels? No, inflation, dumbass. Now this one will really push your buttons. This one will really dice you the fuck up, all right? They're snappy with you. They're fucking quick-witted. They are angry at life, all right? Their husbands, their wives cheated on them. They have nothing else going for them but just to, you know, they sniff you at your job, having fun, or even just enjoying your day. Boom. So last week there was a lady that came in. She was like, oh, I need to return this weight scale, it's defective, it doesn't work, blah blah blah. And I was like, really? Does it not work? And I overhear my coworker kind of just, you know, and I'm like, let me look at this fat bitch that broke the fucking scale, right? She was very skinny, very slim, so I was like, maybe she's telling the truth. She said when she used it, it said 67, and she said she was about 110, right? So I was like, suspicious, you fat titty fuck. Now there was no problem, there was no real problem up until this point that I'm about to bring. Everything's going smoothly. All right, you got the same one, you know, gave us the one that was broken, totally fine, blah blah blah. And she thinks she's, you know, just gonna exchange it, boom, right? But what she had done is use the coupon on the one she bought first, right? And we can't just give the money back like that. So the $3 off she got from the first weight scale, it can't transfer over to the next one. So she had to pay $3, and she was fucking furious. Like biggest bitch of all time, fucking furious over $3. Earlier that day, there was a guy that came in, $200 purchase. I told him his 20% like off discount coupon is like, it didn't work. He was like, all right, whatever. He would have saved $40, and he was like chill as fuck about it. I'm telling you, there's some rude ass fucking shitty customers, and there's some really chill people. That guy was chill as fuck. $40 off of purchase. I would have started beating the shit out of people for $40 off. But the guy was super chill. 20%. I can't get my $40 off. Whatever. This lady over $3 complains, wants to see a manager, wants to, oh, who's the store manager? Oh, he's not in. Like, give me his number. Blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna come in tomorrow and complain. Blah, 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 blah. Essentially, this video is just a rant about dumb customers, because there are some, like, when you work, you will realize how dumb people are and how stupid people are. There are people out there with less brain cells than a fucking goldfish. If you've never had a job, you won't know, but once you've had a job, you understand how dumb some people can fucking be. Essentially, there was no real point to this video other than to shed a light on rude customers and just get this off my chest. I fucking hate like, I hate customers in general. I hate people in general sometimes, right? Like, get away from me. But also, I like to talk to customers. I like to conversate with people, right? Connect with people. There's some people that are just gonna be shitty and you're not gonna get along with them at all. There's some people that are gonna go out of their way. As soon as they sniff a little bit of happiness in the air, they want to kill it. You've heard that saying, right? Misery loves company. How about my golden scar loves your face? Because that's what I want to fucking do whenever I encounter one of these fucking idiots, bro, idiots. But it's the world we live in. The yin and yang, I don't have any analogies for whatever. If you like the video, I will personally cook you a gourmet chef meal. Like, I will become Gordon Ramsay, show up to your doorstep, cook you a 5-course meal for you and your family, and then I will murder all of you.